Right, rightio, I've got this little painting here. Droppity drop. And I'm using this photo here. And this is down at the Chuka East boat ramp. That tree down there, and the river's up a little bit, but not overly flooded. But this one doesn't have any marks on the trees. But I'm just looking at the value there, that value there, and that value there, and I need to get that dark value to pull that forward to give it a feeling of that painting. So that's what I'm going to do, and I don't know how to set all these colours out at the moment, but I'm just going to, I'll tell you what I use. Ultramarine blue, I can't find my cad red, so I'll use a bit of this Cadmine, I don't know what it's bloody called. I'm just going to put a little bit of raw sienna in there. I wonder, and maybe even a little bit of that cyan blue. See if what that does. Hey? And alright, we'll use that anyhow. It seems to be sitting alright with it. And this up here has got to be dark too. So we're just going to move that around in there. It's a matter of having control over the lights and darks. If you don't want to use that word value, which sounds pretty complicated, doesn't it? You know, then all you need to do is learn how dark to go, how light to go, right? And this is this paint. It's not about this painting. It's about the lights and darks of this particular photo, so that if you know when you're painting, that to get that brain working right, you need to have the right darkness of your colour, and that comes back to your paints on the coloured wheel, doesn't it? You know, this is not black. This is ultramarine blue with cad red, a little bit of raw sienna, right? And there is a bit of violety colour in there, so I'll just put a bit of cyan blue in there for a minute, just for this particular part, and just and a little bit of ultramarine, and I'll just, because this area here is not dark like the other one, but it's a darker colour. And I may even use the brush strokes on that one. Alright, so it's not making it so deadly like the yeah, so alright, anyhow, we'll take that down in there. Alright, now this area in here on this photo is really strong red, but it's got a bit of raw sienna. You can use yellow ochre or whatever it is. What we'll do is we'll bring it down with a little bit of yellow ochre, a little bit of yellow ochre, and we'll bring that colour down in there, right? And we'll do the same thing with that colour there too, because, okay, right. Now in this painting, similar, this colour here, this branch at the background here, is going to have the same colour. I've just got, it's just like yellow ochre or raw sienna or anything with a bit of titanium white in it. And right, bring it back around in there, and we've got some nice little colours in there, but I've got a little bit of cad red there, So I'll try and a little bit of ochre, and I'll try and use that in there, just to get a bit of colour in there, that colour there. This here needs this darker cad red underneath it, and the same here, and it needs to be darker than that, but anyhow, this is how it is. Right? So, you know, it's a matter of keeping your colours clean too. For certain colours you want to keep it so they work. That one there, put that one there. No, yeah, take a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Right, and that's going to have a little bit of light in there, okay? Yeah, there's hardly anything showing through that. I've got two pictures of this tree, so my brain's getting a bit confused with the thing. I can see down the bottom here some red in there, so it needs a bit of life in there. Okay, put a bit of that in there. I reckon that water needs a little bit of a... Okay, but a little bit of life in that. Now, we've got to put that, no, we want that life in there. Okay, and we're going to put that in there. What I need to do is play some cad yellow in with some orange, right? So I can get a nice strong orangey colour in here, alright? And it's going to have a little bit down there. That needs a little bit there. A little bit of that in there. And just smudge that around a bit to mix a few of the lights and darks in together. And it's a good way to, if you want to talk into value, to get your value colours going right in your painting by by mixing with the spatula on the board. Because when you mould that around, it blends the colour in. And I'm just going to take that and have a little bit of dark up there. Take that back in there. Now, I'm not overly fussed about copying to the degree. All I'm trying to do is make a painting up and try to make me feel good, because whatever I do when I do my painting, my friend. Uh-huh. Right. Now that's got red in it too, hasn't it? So what we'll do is we can make that a bit redder and darker in there too. Oh. Whoops, we don't want that. What we want is clean colour there. Alright, we want some nice clean colour there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there. Anyway, that's where we are. And take that out of there, put that one under there. And obviously, what I can't see in the photo, I need to bring a bit of life with some of that cad yellow and that red into some of the branches in here. So I just, I can even take that one down there. Huh? Alright, put a little bit of that in there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know, there's some of that colour from that other painting this morning still here. And because it's a violet, dark, red, green colour, I can use that in there in that painting. But what I need to do is do what I was doing this morning. Keep it spread out. Don't put any big clusters or clumps of leaf in there, you know, because it'll wreck the painting. You need to just have a small amount, and if you're going to dab it like this, then you need to have the leaf form small. You know, it's not that close. And so I don't know whether I'm making any sense here, but I just thought I'd whack this on while I'm going in here, you know, like it's just different parts of the painting that I go on that I can show you how I do it, so doesn't matter. Right, so yeah, just keeping them down small. I'll bring that over the tree a bit because it'll pull it forward. Rather than having it just up in the sky there, I can have that there. Just make it stronger. Well, we don't have to have too much foliage there that way. And but anyhow, and if I bugger up, I can show you what I'm trying to fix up. And believe me, we all bugger up. But look, the majority of the time, the paintings work. Yeah, if your brain understands a little bit about colour, and like I say, the masters will laugh at me, but you know, at the end of the day, once you've got a bit of balance with your colour, that's the thing that's gonna unique as far as your own painting goes, because you see colour different. Everyone sees colour to a degree differently, and so their paintings are going to be different. Like if you had 30, 20 painters all next door to one another painting the same tree, the tree would be different in composition and form and texture and colour. Lights would be darker and lighter, blues would be bluer, redder, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is the challenge and this is the fun with painting. You know, this is the fun. It's what works. It's just getting off your butt, having a go, and trying to, just trying to pull off some bloody decent little painting, you know. And in my case, something that, you know, someone's going to relate to in the area where I am, so I can make a couple of bob too, because as we all know, rent has gone out of whack, you know, so I need a few extra bob each week to pay my bills. Otherwise I'd be back living in the car, and anyhow, I'd do that. If I didn't have a little girl that maybe might have to come home one day, I don't know, I'd get out of the joint, I guess. Yeah, so I hope I turned the camera on, did I? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just trying to give you a bit of a guess of what Pete the Painter does anyhow. I don't have to give you a super masterpiece. I just show you bits and pieces for the people that are learning, or the people that want to learn a few orthodox rules the way I do it, you know. I've already worked on that other painting, another painting this morning when I got up at 6 o'clock or whatever. And I've been out and done some framing, and down the river to have a feed with Chuck. I had a bit of macas this morning, and that's what I've done. So, and now I'm just back doing a bit of painting. And like, I might only do half an hour on this, just muck around, and then I'll go out and do something else. Painting's a magic way of life, believe me. It's just it's rewarding to the fact that I get this painting that I'm working around, and I just love playing around with the. See that even there with the dark green sitting in there, that sits well on that too. Yeah, that's got hard edges. So what I should be doing is making that a hard edge, right? So what I do is I get my little small paint spatula, and I push the paint into it, and that gives me a nice, I could have a soft edge. And by the way, when you're using a spatula, you want one with a nice little fine point that's pliable like that, you know, that moves, so that you can do these sort of things. You can with the other ones, but it's nice. It's a lot easier to have something like that you can mould around with just the tip of it. It's good for foliage for me, and it's good for everything, man. Oh, my friend. Hey, man. Yeah, so I'm even going to pull that one around there. And that one So put a little bit of darkness in there, I think. Rightio. And in the moulding in here, I'm not going to do this because it's got a little board there where the cars park and stuff like that. It doesn't need that. It doesn't need that in it, but what it needs is something to finish off, a little bit of artistic license with colour or whatever. Just lemon, no, cad yellow, just a bit more in that ultramarine blue, right, warm it up a bit, and then you can just have, there's some grass here, right. Yeah, okay. I'm going to put that in there, put a little bit of, yeah, just a little bit of life in there, just so that we've got some of that colour in the atmosphere. Bouncing off the grass and that, you know. That's what we need. Yeah, I use lemon yellow, but I put a little bit of cad in there to warm it up. Cad. A little bit of ultramarine, a little bit of that red in there maybe. Just to give it that yellow. Look at that red there. Tells the story, doesn't it? And that's what I might even have a little bit in there, hey? Alright. Well, I don't like that at the moment. I'm sort of happy and unhappy. I think what I'll do is, I need to do some more of that water. So when I do that, I'm going to come back over this tree. See what I mean? I do lots of silly things, but I'm a bit orthodox in the way that I do things, you know. I think a little bit of that red and a little bit of that cyan blue. Right, a bit of that red. Just putting a little bit in there. And it's only a skerrick, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I won't do it right up there, but it's nice to have a little bit of that. And maybe even, alright, just there. It's changed the atmosphere of that painting already, but we still need a little bit more of that power stuff. It's not power colour, it's just beautiful. A beautiful bloody mode. There we are, we went on a flat battery, but anyhow, that's a recycled frame there. That one's out the Echuca East boat ramp on the Murray River. It's not finished. I've got to play around with a little bit, mould a bit of colour around, a little bit of light, a little bit of this, a bit of that. Maybe a bird or two somewhere, swan, whatever, ducks or something. But yeah, so that's where I am with that. But, you know, what I've done is I've got those nice values out of those paintings there, you know, like I'm doing that there, and I've got them there. They're not exactly the same, but, you know, it's, well, I can see a little bit of life in grass I can put there now, just through seeing that, you know. But anyhow, that's where we are. See ya.